But go fuck yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is. Hey, Bob.
Maybe I have a chance. You goddamn crocodile! Go back to the fucking Florida! Go back to the Florida, you fucking crocodile!
There we go. We're unmuted. Oh, what's up, guys? It's your boy Legal Mindset. Checking into you here from Manila. We're live at 7 a.m. in the morning. Appreciate all of you. It's the Legal Mindset. We teach you to be your own judge, and we perhaps we mute our mic. Perhaps we mute our mic at some point. But it's good to see you guys out there. What is up? What is up? What is up? Oh man, that's absolutely great. Yeah, I think the sound like muted itself because I was just shouting so loud. Hold on. I think I have a clip for that.
Yeah, right. Explain this to me like I'm retarded.
That won't be that hard.
Yeah, no, this is definitely starting off good here today. We're going to explain it to you. We're going to explain it to you in very simple terms. This is really a victory lap because this is something that I was talking about for honestly now 2-3 years. I was going hard on this topic, very, very hard on this topic for the last 2 or 3 years. We're just doing YouTube today because I am in Manila and Rumble's been acting up and it's a lot to deal with when I'm in my travel setup. So we're just doing YouTube today. As you can see, not my normal place, not my normal space. I'm in with my travel setup with my Brio and my cheap ass light. Can you guys even see this? Look at this light. Look at how cheap this thing is. It's like this is my travel light, So we're here in a travel setup. It's not my normal setup. But despite that, that's not going to stop me from taking a victory lap, from taking a W, because let me just say this. Let me say this very clearly. Your boy here was not just the first to tell you, because I absolutely was. I am the only person to get it entirely correct, and on top of that, understand what I'm talking about. Now, a lot of people and a lot of channels may have had me on. I may have been their guest. I may have been a person who came on and spoke on their channel, and they're good friends of mine. But they didn't understand the issue. They didn't actually fundamentally understand the law, understand the precedent, right? The way that I did. And because of that, I was able to go step by step and say, this is exactly how this is going to play out. And also, here's the best scenario for Disney. And from day one, I said a settlement is the way that will the most likely outcome here. And that's the best outcome, the only outcome where Disney might save just the tip. And it shows in this settlement that they settled for exactly, specifically the things that I talked about. We're going to go over the statement. We're going to go over the statement from the CFTOD, and we're going to go over the law and what this means for Disney. Because frankly, I think a lot of other folks don't understand what this means for Disney because they didn't do development law in Florida. They've never participated in constructing so much as an outhouse. So a lot of people are uneducated. And let me just show you some of the uneducated takes because they're already showing up on Twitter. We've got one here from Charlotte Clymer. This is a person with, once you see the Ukraine flag in the bio, you kind of know what's up. But it's official. Mickey Mouse beat Ron DeSantis. To recap, the governor took Disney's pro-LGBT brand in order to boost his failed presidential campaign. But Disney outsmarted the governor's people. Yet another embarrassing loss for DeSantis. Completely incorrect. This is a 100% Disney loss, not at all a Florida loss. And in fact, they completely won on the legal aspects. So all legal aspects, Disney was proven wrong. Their case was proven a sham. They were proven to have no arguments. In fact, they have proven to have entered into illegal agreements. Let me say this again. Disney confessed to entering into illegal agreements. I need to say this a fourth time. Please clip this. Disney confessed to entering into illegal agreements, which is what I said from the jump. Disney admitted fully that what they did was not legal and that what they did was null and void and that they completely broke Florida law, which I said from the beginning with my chest, without even holding back. I never held back on this one because this is my area of specialty. There is nobody on YouTube who knows this more than me. Nobody, right? Nobody. So we're going to get through this. Thank you so much for all the chats. I appreciate all of you. Thank you for everything. Leprechaun Gold, you're back. Oh my God. I got my people. And I know I've been covering a lot of VTuber stuff and I will continue to cover that. In fact, I've got a lot of cool stuff going down on that side, but I told people, I think people didn't believe me when I said, I'm not going to stop covering other topics, including Disney, but I'm going to cover significant updates. This is hella significant because it's case closed, motherfuckers. It's case closed. So yes, this is something I will cover because it's big. I don't want to cover every little detail where, Nelson Peltz, ate a Wendy's hamburger and had a fart. And I'm going to cover that. No, that's not really interesting to me. It's not something I'm going to dig into, particularly when there's bigger issues, there's bigger legal issues, legal topics that are more fascinating to dive into than, one little update from the Iger versus Peltz issue, right? I want to make sure it's juicy and also preferably legal and not just something that's kind of hearsay or opinion. So I definitely was always going to come back to this. So shout out to everybody that's been really interested in this topic. I know a lot of you were worried I wouldn't talk anymore about Disney, but that absolutely was never the case. I always was planning to continue to finish this here today. By the way, shout out to Mexican Iron Man. Mexican Iron Man, I found a really funny Instagram. I have to send it to you, but I swear there's this Mexican VTuber. He VTubes as a hedgehog. And it totally is you. I think it's 100% you as this VTuber. I'm going to send it to your email, to your Twitter when I find it again. It's great. It's great. But that's it. Anyway, shout out to all these guys. And of course, Mexican Iron Man also sending a message here. Victory has been achieved. My congratulations to you, my fellow tax brother from another special district mother. # legal mindset was right again. Thank you. Appreciate that. And listen, appreciate all the support and everybody else here today. I know there's other people streaming right now, but I've got a couple hours free. I'm actually doing work. I know I'm a real lawyer and I have a real consulting job and I do other things. It's crazy. I'm not just a YouTuber who sits around all day and can stream all day on any time on a topic. I actually have other stuff I do. It's shocking, right? So I only have 2 or 3 hours to stream today. And obviously my priority is doing my own stream over coming and collaborating on other people's streams. I've been invited to a lot of streams today, and I'll try to get to ones that I can, but obviously I need to cover this on my own channel because I get to do it my way and not be interrupted, present it the way I want to present it, and get that information out there. So yeah, thank you so much. Kieran says, legal mindset. Hold on. This is lagging like a motherfucker. Kieran says, legal mindset, you're doing well. And legal mindset muted, the law tuber. Yes. Booming with that mute. I know a guy that called all this stuff. Yeah, I know a guy, Bert. I know a guy. It's weird. It's weird, right? It's weird. Repton says, don't catch the L like Disney did. Disney catched a big L and a big D, if you know what I'm trying to say. Tankrat, thank you for the 20 legal mindset membership gifts. Appreciate you so much. Thank you for that and for supporting this channel. You've been a big supporter of both my coverage of Disney and my VTuber coverage. So thank you so much, brother. Thank you for going down all these rabbit holes with me. I really appreciate those that are ride or die on BLM, the base legal mindset, where we just try to cover good stuff, have fun, and bring some education and entertainment to people. And this is an area of my expertise, so I wanted to share that with you guys because this is something that I know more than anybody on the internet about. Dr. Cocho Dragon said, cheers on being right once again. Thank you. Byron Blevins for 5 Legal Mindset memberships. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Mario Trujillo says, congrats, Andrew. You've earned this, brother. Thank you. Opus says, Legal Mindset was right. Amen. Patrick Kennedy, one of my OGs, says, let's go. Also, guys, I just got in all the pages for Seedy Creek. So the comic, I did not forget about it. We had some, I wanted to make sure we had everything. We had some special thanks art, some extra pages that we were waiting on. So I got those in. Probably, in at least when I get back from Manila, I'll try to see if I can do it while I'm here. It's kind of hard, but they should be out within the next week at a minimum, maybe even sooner. But I'm really pressed for time. But that's something that we'll be getting out for those that bought that comic. Do not worry, it is coming. Bass Player says, get the good stuff. We're celebrating tonight. I don't have any booze here, but we're going to need to be booze streaming later from perhaps the hot, perhaps I got to go out in Manila tonight and just get thrashed and just do a stream from my phone, maybe on my locals, just a locals exclusive that is, going on the top. Just as we're popping bottles, it'll be real great. Professor Keen says, I love seeing Legal Mindset scoring a bullseye on this. Thank you. Honestly, it feels good when you're a specialist, when you know something, when you did something. Look, I represented fucking Celebration Community Development District. In fact, anybody who ever doubts my CV or anything else can just go look at that. And that alone should be enough to say, okay, yeah, Andrew knows this more than anybody else, more than all these other jokers. But yet people like Legal Eagle, people like that dumbass Leonard French, that guy with the weird hats, right? People like this, the Charlotte lady with the Ukraine thing in her bio, right? People continue to say stuff that is completely ridiculous, make up complete made up stories, and not know what they're talking about. People also have narratives on this that are all about, oh, this is LGBT. This has nothing to do with LGBT. This has to do with Florida property law. This is a case of Florida property law. This is a property law case. It has nothing to do with T's or G's or B's or L's or anything. The only thing it has to do with L's, and that's the loss that Disney take. This is nothing to do with any of the other stuff. Disney tried very hard to switch the PR on this to some sort of fight over all of that. This is nothing about that. This is about Florida law. Chipmunk of Vengeance, member for 2 months. Thank you so much. 500 milliliters says, Duck Disney. That's right. Once again, let's play the clip.
But go fuck yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is. Hey, Bob.
Professional gentlemen, what's up, Brian? Disney World, 39 IQ. They are indeed absolutely 39 IQ today, taking a big one. Mario says, it's like this is your specialized field of law. Yes, exactly. You also inspired me to get my passport. Awesome. Yes. Just got the paperwork done. Thank you again, bro. Hey, listen, and if you ever want to head to Asia and you just want to, whether you want to visit and you want to, and you want to come out or you want to get a visa here, you want to move here, please contact me. You can contact me through this email, andrew_live@gmail.com, or through my special email for my other channel, Go East Gentleman, which I need to do more content on. But that goeastgentleman@gmail.com, I do multiple events. So if you guys want a tailored event, you guys want a ultra premium VIP tour of Tokyo, Seoul, Manila, Bangkok, let me know. I do that. That's something I do. In fact, I'm doing right now in Manila. Also help people come over here. So if you guys, anybody wants to visit and you want something, or maybe you just need some very basic advice, I can help you out with that. Absolutely for free if it's just basic stuff. But I have a lot of stuff I can do for you guys to help you get out here, because being out in Asia and also just getting out of the country helped me improve my life. It helped me live my goals and kind of really expand. And I'm just so much happier since I've moved out of the US and living and being my own guy over here in Asia. So yeah, absolutely fun. Iron Fury 91 for DKK 100 said, that's a bloody lie. I use about a week of holidays to keep up with your live streams. What's up, Iron Fury? Hey, listen, I've been taking a break. Like YouTube says I haven't been streaming. So Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going on there, but YouTube says I'm not streaming enough. It's sad. It's crazy. It's crazy. I feel bad for the fact that most of your big streams are about VTubers. You deserve more love in all your areas. Thank you so much, Jackie. You know what sucks? Let me show you guys something. You guys think that I do stuff. People will accuse me of doing stuff for clout, of doing stuff because it's popular. Let me show you how many views this video got when I started really going hard on Disney a year ago. People think, oh, you're just doing topics because they're popular. No. I've done topics when I got no views on them. Look at this. This is my video. Here's my video from a year ago, right? Look at the amount of views on this. I know. Let's enhance here. Let's enhance. 1.6K, 1,000. That's almost equal to how many people are on this stream right now. More people will be live watching this stream than will have watched this video in aggregate over the last year. But I 100% called this. Yeah, 19 comments. Guys, think about that. What are my videos now? Hundreds of comments, thousands of views, tens of thousands. Sometimes I got in the 100,000 range for a couple of videos, right? But guess what? Guys, I don't bitch about this. I don't whine and cry. You know what? It's about the grind, and it's about putting in the work, doing the work, being consistent, showing up, keep fighting. You know, that's what it's all about. By the way, this was in Korea. This is in Korea. Let me pull this back here for a second. This is in Korea, and shout out to Clock Chan. Clock Chan is the clock that's on the wall there. Clock Chan died a very violent death because it was held up. Clock Chan was held up by command strips. So Clock Chan shattered into like a million pieces and was forever destroyed. But I loved Clock Chan because people always were asking me what time it was in Asia. So I needed a clock to show people that no, for real, it's like 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. or whatever, because people wouldn't believe me. They wouldn't believe that I'm streaming like late at night or really early in the morning. But RIP to Clock Chan. Let's pour one out for Clock Chan. Clock Chan is absolutely 100%.
Not a sin. I cannot absolve you. Mega based.
I gotta say, guys, for those that checked out, that may like the Disney coverage and maybe didn't watch the VTuber coverage, for those that are just coming in to see me do this, like, what are these anime reactions? The VTuber reactions, the anime reactions, the VTuber reactions are so chef's kiss. I started with like a couple Disney reactions. I've got like 2 or 3 here, but the VTuber reactions are on point. But rip Clock Chan. That was a great saga back when I lived in Korea and when I was really, really, really going hard on this. Yeah, same jacket, same shirt. Yep. So let's get into this after I get a couple of these. First of all, Tank Rat, another 20. Thank you so much, Tank Rat, for dropping another 20 here. Thank you for your support of this channel. Guys, please tease in the chat for Tank Rat, who's dropped 40 Legal Mindset memberships. You probably have benefited from it. If you've gotten a gift, the least you can do is drop a little T in the chat, because guess what? We here on the Legal Mindset are super high T. Unlike low T, low testosterone Bob Iger, who's sitting in the cuck chair right now, taking his 3rd shower in his office as he cries over this giant L. And now I can say on the record, without being able to be sued for defamation, that Disney World was actually on the record for violating Florida law in regards to those agreements they entered into. Disney World has now confessed that they actually, what they did was illegal and wrong, right? I can say that. And there's no ability to come at me on that. Not that they would have anyways. And I said it before, even if they could have come at me, but still. Einhander said, well, now Clock Chan can live on as a stream overlay in OBS. Yes, I need to make that. Thank you, Einhander. Thank you. I need to like personify Clock Chan into like this cute clock waifu, right? I need like a Clock Chan waifu overlay. That would be really good. Yeah, so T's in the chat. You guys are teabagging hard. What's up, Squid? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Squid said Legal Beagle should have stayed in his lane reviewing movies. He showed his mental retardation when he decided to dip into politics and dip into this because this is not at all about politics. This was about Florida law and Florida property law, right? That's the weird thing. Archdemus, what's up as a YouTube member? Thank you. Appreciate that. Take Grad said, I spent a ton on Lydia, so trust we can watch our Italian make and eat pineapple pizza. She's going to hate it because you didn't stream. No, it's all good, bro. I love it. Lydia's a good friend of the channel, and honestly, it's great. Lily said, you were correct. Legal Eagle was talking about another YouTuber when he was talking down. I thought it was you, and he insulted his chat. He was still wrong. Yeah, he's wrong big time. Jackie said, I feel bad. Oh, no, I got that one. Tinkerlin says, so I say, doing a headstrong Disney princess better in 3 minutes than Disney has been able to do in years. True. No surprise. It's an absolute dumpster fire. Looking forward to hear the absolute Disney shenanigans. We're going to do it. Mr. Tombstone, what's up for 125 Filipino pesos? Since you are in BGC, I'm going to dox my location. Oh my God. In one of the densest cities in the world in Asia, I'm going to dox my location. I'm actually in more of the Ortigas area right now, but I am hanging out a lot in BGC. And honestly, if I was going to have an apartment in the Philippines, which I honestly am really considering, I'd probably have an apartment at BGC. BGC is really nice. I was like shocked at how nice BGC is. Anybody who hasn't been there, Bonifacio Global City, I believe. It was so nice in the Philippines. Like it's the West. I mean, it's a modern Western city, and you'd think it was Miami or Brickell. I was like looking around doing a double take. It was insanely nice. So yeah, shout out to the Philippines, shout out to BGC, really, really nice area. So yeah, definitely check it out if you're here. But yeah, definitely going to celebrate this huge W. This was a W. Nomura Nobuhide says, I hope you just didn't violate confidentiality by mentioning a former client legal mindset. You mentioned something about this on the CV earlier. No. Nomura, I have not. This is public information. I represented a government. Celebration Community Development District is a special district, is a government. My name is on the public record as their counsel. There's nothing confidential about that at all, right? And any client that I mentioned, when I say it, I know that I'm not violating confidentiality. Just saying I represent somebody is not violating confidentiality. That's not confidentiality. Confidentiality is revealing a secret that will hurt the party. So let me explain confidentiality. Confidentiality is when I let something out that will be to the detriment of my client. Whether or not I represent somebody will never be to the detriment of my client. So like me just representing somebody. So let's say I represented you, or let's say I represented Valiant Renegade, who covers these issues, or WW Pro, right? Because actually, I think somebody's getting sued. I think it's That Park Place is getting sued right now. Let's say I represented That Park Place, right? There's no confidentiality as to my representation of That Park Place, which I don't. I don't represent them. Do not represent them. But let's say hypothetically I did. And I said, I represent That Park Place when they're being sued by Black Girl Gamers. I think they're being sued by Black Girl Gamers right now. Maybe. We haven't seen a document yet. But me saying that is not confidentiality. Now, if I said, here's the secret that makes them lose in court, that would be violating confidentiality, right? Yeah, and like Einhander said, representing someone is normally public record. You would have to put it on the record if you're going to court, but even as a transactional lawyer, as a government lawyer, my engagement letter is part of the public record. They hire me publicly through public bidding. So my representation is entirely public. In fact, you can go back and you can find my public statements when I'm representing a lot of these community development districts. I'm on the record. You can find me talking, and it's very easy. There's even video out there. There's audio, there's video, there's a lot of stuff out there of me just talking. You guys might not recognize me, but that is indeed me. Is indeed me. Tickle says, I won't deny I came for the VTubers, but I'm staying for excellent legal commentary. Keep up the good work, legally minded. God damn you with that. Hold on, sorry. I got to do okay, because you're doing VTubers. I'll use this one. with that legally minded stuff from DN. You know, I'm in the Philippines. I should hunt DN down, and I should kick him in the balls. I should definitely do that for the legally minded stuff, for sure. Professor Keen said, "You're so good at this, you make legal look like you failed the bars." You know, the problem is, Keen, is that he doesn't actually know the law he's talking about. And a lot of times he's so angry about his politics, he can't remove his emotions from his politics. And look, guys, I cover issues that don't always agree with my politics. I mean, a lot of times, like, for example, in the VTuber coverage, I cover a lot of issues from a labor perspective. Right. And that's not normally the perspective I would take. Usually I do tend to be more pro-business. I know it sounds crazy, but I am for business, particularly small business and medium-sized business, which I will agree is often very different, especially in modern America, than big corporate business. But I'm very much pro-business. I am pro people making money, because that ultimately is pro-labor, because when there's more jobs, there's more labor. There's more people who can work and make money. Right. But I can put my feelings aside and say, nope, this might be the case. Even regarding, what's happening with VTubers, I even said that regulation might be the answer. Oh my God, that's so not hyper conservative of me to say that. But guess what? If an issue goes against my particular percepted, camp, right? Oh my God, I'm in this camp. I'm just going to say it because that's the right thing. I'm an issue by issue person. I don't take issues and just say, okay, I've got to go with whatever my team says. Fuck the team. There's no team. There's team me. There's team legal mindset and what's objectively my right opinion and objectively the wrong opinion, at least based on my experience and based on my knowledge of the law and my knowledge of corporate, business and corporate culture and everything else. I'm calling balls and strikes. I'm calling it how it is. And I try to do the best job to do that. And just because I don't give a fuck about being canceled, I don't give a fuck about people's opinion of me. I don't care what any stupid corporation thinks. I don't care what other YouTubers think. I don't care what, YouTube as a whole thinks, other than the fact that I'm not trying to get kicked off the platform by saying no things. But we figured out ways around that, right? We figured out ways around the algorithm. And that's how it's always going to be on my channel. And I think that's, why you guys like my channel and why you come back, is because that I'm going to be authentic with you and I'm going to give you my real opinion. I'm not going to hold back. I'm going to give you, my experience, my education, and also my raw, unfiltered opinion. Which is probably why YouTube doesn't always promote me in the algorithm, but still. I001 for £5. Thank you so much. Thank you. Gunner says, as CEO of LawTube Union, I disagree. Well, we're disbanding the LawTube Union. Look, I got to say one thing, and I know this is not controversial anymore, but, LawTube is not really a thing. And also, for whatever perceptive purpose that it was, I'm glad that it isn't. Because, I don't care to be part of a club where there's ins and outs and there's leaders and not leaders. That's not my thing. I do my own thing. And I actually like streaming on my own because I can say what I want. And I don't need to cater to people's fifis because they might be hurt by my opinion. Right? No, sorry. Professional gentleman said, no, it's green. Needs more yellow. Yes. Thank you. L for large T, and T because tea is delicious. Indeed. Thank you, Jim Blades. Nomura says given name is pronounced Nobuhide. Nobuhide. Okay. Got you. I think of Nobu's like Nobu's from My Hero Academia. Heath Nielsen said, hello from Renegade. Hey, what's up, Heath? Good to see you. Welcome. Gunner says some states don't allow you to advertise references even though they appear in public records. You have either to ask about them or be well known for the case. Yeah, well, I'm going off of Florida law. I'm a Florida attorney. So anything I'm talking about for Florida is Florida. Anything in another state, well, you know what? I'm not bound by that state's laws. And also I'm not engaged with out-of-state clients really. So yeah. Tinkerland says he's giving it to us raw now. You know it. Leo said, I went to you while wise people defer to your wisdom. Thank you. I try very much. Okay, let's get into the video. So here we go. Without further ado, we are going to break down the video from the Central Florida Tourism Oversight District going over the settlement agreement. So we're going to watch this video. I want to mostly watch it and then break it down. I may try to pause it, but understand my my internet here is a little bit sus. It's a little bit questionable. Look, I love the Philippines, but Filipino Airbnbs are probably not known for strong internet. So pausing it might be an issue. We probably will just watch it through and then I'll summarize it at the end. But just let's get into this. This is breaking news. This just happened, just dropped. So we're going to get into this settlement agreement here between what is the Central Florida Tourism Oversight District, the successor to the RCID, the Reedy Creek Improvement District, which is the special district controlling all of Walt Disney World, Florida. So this is the entity which controls everything there. And when I mean everything, that means everything that gets built in Walt Disney World has to come through these motherfuckers, right? It has to come through these people. So if they do not approve it, it ain't happening. And so this is very, very good. So let's get into this and let's go. And by the way, real quick, just so you understand, there can be closed. So in general, there can be most meetings of public bodies, government bodies are public meetings, but they're allowed to have closed meetings in regards to settlement agreements. The audio, I think, it didn't start yet. So just hold on. The audio is going to kick on in a second. But this is a discussion of what will go on in the closed meeting where they are likely accepting this settlement agreement. So let's continue here. It's muted. See, boomer
settlement agreement that was provided or offered to us from.
Okay, sorry. This guy speaks like a little girl, so we're gonna go ahead. Oh wait, no. This, oh my God, this computer doesn't have the audio booster. No. Okay, so guys, I'm sorry. This computer, I'm on my second computer. I have a travel computer. It does not have the audio booster that downloaded. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to download that afterwards. I'm really sorry. This guy has a really soy voice and he speaks like a little girl. So I'm sorry about that. We'll just listen through it. It's on their end. There's nothing I can do to make this louder. It is already maxed out in my system. Everything is maxed out here in the volume department. So, we're already at maximum. I'm checking here. Yeah, we're as loud as we can get this. So I do apologize, guys, because this guy is very, very quiet and there's nothing I can do about it.
From Walt Disney. And I just want to take the opportunity to walk you through in a bullet point fashion the overview of the main points of that settlement agreement. First, Disney stipulates that the development agreement and the restrictive covenants shall be considered null and void. And as the district knows, those are the two agreements that are the subject of the state court lawsuit that the district brought seeking declaratory relief against Disney. Relatedly, Disney also agrees not to contest the district's determination that the 2032 comprehensive plan and the amendments to the district's land development regulations that were adopted in January of last year pursuant to that 2032 comp plan are null and void.
Okay, so guys, this is huge. Let me explain this to you. Let me stop this here and explain this to you. So they just admitted that all of those agreements they made were illegal. Disney admitted that what they did was legal, and not just the agreements. They admitted that their comprehensive plan, which is actually what allows them to build stuff in the future, their plans to expand, their plans to build stuff in the future, that what they did was illegal. So what that means is that they now, when they want to build anything new, they have to go for approval through this board. They have to now when they want to build a new fantasy land, when they want to expand, if they want to do any of that, they got to go through them because they need to get a new comprehensive plan approved. So they can't build anything without their approval. This is a huge, massive W, a huge W, because Disney is going to have to play nice now. Disney will not be able to be a dick. Iger is going to have to shut the fuck up. Igers cannot be making comments like this anymore, attacking the state of Florida, attacking the people of Florida, attacking the political leadership. He's got to actually play nice or they will not get what they want. This is very, very, very much true. This is a massive L for Disney, a huge W, because without these agreements, they need to go for approval through them. And also this is the best part, the most grand part, is that every single one of those contracts that illegally went to, or that perhaps were illegal and went to Disney as contractor, including, we're going to talk about the Reedy Creek Energy Services contract, all those contracts are going to be reevaluated. So millions of dollars that goes to Disney as a contractor, all of those can be reevaluated, canceled. It's great. They can also use adverse possession, because now they've won and those agreements are void. They have the power of adverse possession. So literally the district, the government, which is now controlled by the state of Florida, can actually take Disney's land if they want to for public purposes, including if they wanted to build a prison, including if they wanted to build a school, including if they wanted to build public housing, including if they wanted to build an airport, including if they wanted to build whatever the fuck they wanted to build, a go-go bar, right? Whatever they want to build, right? They can now do all that. They can exercise all their powers. They can tax them as much as they want. They can require whatever other licensing they want. They can add all sorts of regulations to Disney World that Disney World has gotten out of. Remember, Disney World operated for 60 years without any government oversight. Now they can have as much oversight as they want. And I guarantee you there's going to be some oversight here. There's going to be some oversight here. They can just yoink land from Disney. Now they've got to pay for it. But they can actually do that now. Huge W. Hako says, I'm a commercial architect, and with a winter in project winter garden. Oh, what's up? Awesome. That's being held up just because it needs approval from Reedy Creek. Disney can burn. There you go. Well, now you should actually get that approval. Hopefully. I says, objectively, I disagree with you. I think regulation is the answer, but good information outweighs opinion. Yeah, and once again, we can debate on regulation. And once again, I think for me, it depends on what the regulation is. I think it's very stupid to say everything is bad or everything is good. Is there a chance in which one regulation or two regulations might be smart? Right? Yeah, if it's like, maybe we shouldn't allow babies into construction sites, or, maybe we shouldn't allow people that are mentally handicapped to fly airplanes, right? Maybe that should be a regulation. That probably is something that's reasonable and I would agree with, right? Let's go issue by issue, right? Not just say, okay, blank slate, this is bad, this is good. Now, in the modern era, I think more regulation tends to be bad than good. That's my general opinion, right? Most is probably bad, but is there some good? Of course there is. Of course there's some out there I would agree with, right? Fallen Hero says 4567. Welcome, Fallen Hero. Appreciate you. Blade says, tell me how you say you win. I'm curious. W is how to say I win. Let's continue with this. Illegal Mindset hates babies. Noted. Yeah, let's continue here, guys. So what we had, once again, in plain English, the Disney agreements they entered into were illegal. The agreements they entered into the last second that gave them power were everybody legal, Leonard French, all those simps on the internet, all those conserva cucks that were out there. Because mind you, remember, the conservative cucks out there were also on the side of this at first. They're also on the side of Disney because they said Disney Corporation, right? Once again, a 39 IQ level take, which doesn't look at the issue by issue of, okay, which corporation, what are they doing, what is bad, what is good. But there were some conservative cucks out there that were absolutely 100% saying, no, well, Disney's a corporation. They should be allowed to do whatever they want, right? No, I'm sorry. No, they can't. You can't violate law. You can't violate Florida property law. And what they did by issuing these agreements without notice, without properly notifying people, without giving proper timelines, proper educating, proper advertising, that was a 39 IQ move, and they were blown out of the water for it. They were blown out of the water for it. Professional gamers, ouch, that hurt. That hurt. Wonders if taxation can be applied retroactively. Not that retroactively. I mean, during the pendency of this lawsuit, maybe. So for the duration of this lawsuit, but they've actually been paying their taxes. So Disney has been paying their taxes. So in terms of taxes, Disney has been paying them. I don't want to make a misrepresentation there. Let's continue though.
What that means is that the operative comprehensive plan in place would be the 2020 comprehensive plan.
There we go. They're back to 2020.
Also under the proposed settlement, the district would resolve to review, evaluate, and amend the 2020 comprehensive plan. And that's actually pursuant to the statutory duty that the district has to do that. And as part of that process,
there is a duty on the district to periodically review the comprehensive plan. So essentially to review development and give updates as things develop. So the district now will review this comprehensive plan, and they will decide what is going to happen in the future and the way that that property should be developed. And they'll also decide, does Disney need to play nice with the county and build certain things to link into county infrastructure? I-4 traffic, anybody? I-4 traffic, anybody? They might decide that they now need to play nice and they now need to add in infrastructure, which helps alleviate traffic. So, yeah, I'm giving you guys subtitles here because soy voice here is not very strong. So we'll continue.
The district would consult with Disney and with all appropriate parties in its review and evaluation of the complex.
So they've got to play nice.
Also, as part of the settlement, the district would agree to dismiss the claims and the counterclaims in that pending state court lawsuit with prejudice.
So they are dismissing the claims with prejudice. With prejudice. With prejudice means they cannot bring back. They cannot bring back the claims. Okay? Means they cannot bring back the claims. Also, welcome the Valiant Renegade Raiders, Stitch, Heath. Welcome. Appreciate y'all showing up and hanging out. Appreciate y'all. Yep. Thank you. So welcome, guys. Welcome. We're breaking this down bit by bit here, going over the actual hearing and telling you what this means in plain English.
In addition, as you are aware, there's a separate state court litigation involving the public records. And under the proposed settlement from Walt Disney, Disney would dismiss that case with prejudice.
So Disney is dismissing their public records claim. So remember, Disney claimed they didn't turn over all these documents. I told you that was bullshit. That was a bullshit delay tactic case. I was proven right again. In fact, what really was the case here, which I know all about, is that if they dug down deep, they were going to start discovering criminal activities that may have been committed by former RCID members. And this is the big thing Disney was afraid of, guys. In case you guys haven't paid attention to my other ones, Disney was potentially guilty of many crimes back when they controlled RCID. So this settlement agreement may be to avoid criminal charges that could potentially be pressed against Disney, against the Walt Disney Corporation. So going into these public records, they might have already discovered things because they were already in discovery, mind you. They were already doing discovery. So they may have revealed things that show that they were guilty of felonies in Florida. Felonies, right? So we're talking about people getting arrested and getting serious jail time. I talked about people that really had to worry. People like John Classy, the former district administrator. People like John McGowan, the former district attorney. These people really had to worry. They might be going to jail if these things went down that line because of what they did knowingly. Now, this is a very good question. Do all these crimes get swept under the rug? This is what I will pay attention to. So this is the news I will pay attention to. If I see criminal charges pressed, that would be awesome. That would be great. And I think they should be pressed. However, there may be a backroom deal between Florida or the CFTOD and Disney to say, if you really back down and you shut the fuck up and you go away, we'll leave you alone. I don't know whether that deal has been made or not. I have no idea. None of us have any idea, but they could be. And remember, the statute of limitations is still wide open on these claims. A lot of them are financial in nature, and these could be brought up even, years from now. So these are things that they really need to be careful about here. Really, really need to be careful of. Oh, by the way, Black Sheep Boy says for 50 says, welcome to the Philippines. Try eating sisig. I had sisig last night at the cigar club at the Shangri-La Mall. Right, it's this kind of hidden, like mostly for Chinese businessmen, little lounge. It was really ballin', had some cigars and whiskey hanging out. It was really cool. It's kind of like a KTV. There weren't any girls there, but it was really nice to hang out with my clients and, get to know that. But it was really good sisig, really excellent sisig. So I want to say, shout out to the Philippines. Food's been great. I had some chicken adobo, which is fucking fantastic. Appreciate the Philippines. Love it here. Definitely going to make a lot of trips back to the Philippines. I'm in Manila right now, for those who don't know. Really, really great. They're allowed, but this one was mostly Chinese people, but they allowed Whitey in there because we have money, so it was all good. It's all good. So yeah, we'll pay attention to the crimes and see what goes on with that, Boog. So that is a very good question. Thank you for asking that question. And welcome to all of the VR Raiders, Mr. Tickle Trunk, Tickle Me Trunk here. We're watching the actual statement from the CFTOD. So please, as you come in, make sure you're smashing the like button. Make sure you guys are liking the video. It really helps out. Also, real quick, before we continue this, I want to give a shout out to my locals, which have been great supporters through all of this. And that's over here. An Uncovered Lamp who says, congrats on being shown unequivocally right on this. How does this affect potential criminal prosecutions? What was covered in the deal? Now, what is not covered in the deal, Uncovered Lamp, there's no criminal immunity for this. There's no immunity deal that's public, right? Because remember, the district isn't the one that presses criminal charges. The state does. So the district does not have the power to give them immunity from prosecution. The only people who have that ability is the Attorney General in the state of Florida, Ron DeSantis. So the only thing is there. Now, the Disney defenders, they are taking an L. They're taking a lap. I'm sure that some of them may rely on the copium from the Ukraine flag influencers that try to pretend that this is somehow a win for Disney. It's not. It's a huge L. It's a massive L. And thank you again for the 50 Leprechaun Gold and for supporting the channel. I appreciate all the support of the channel. Without you guys' financial support, I couldn't do this as regularly as I do. So I really do appreciate that and appreciate everybody that's come through to support me on the Disney issues and on all the other issues that I cover here on YouTube day to day. DCV Titan says, I assume you've heard of Black Girl Gamers threatening to sue that park place. Are you hoping to cover it? They do it for sweet discovery. Yes. And John also asked me the same thing off topic. Is there a legal filing by Black Girl Gamers would cover it? Yes. If there is an actual legal filing, I will cover it. Other than that, it's just some kind of Twitter drama, Twitter talk. I'll cover it when I'm on other people's channels, but it doesn't merit a stream from me because it's not big enough. It's not legal yet. It's just a bunch of people talking shit on Twitter, and a lot of people threaten to sue on Twitter. Let me see the lawsuit. When I see the lawsuit, I'll cover it. When there's a lawsuit, when there's a complaint, I'll cover it. Right? Until then, it's just speculation. It's just big Twitter talk. People talk big on Twitter and they don't back it up because oftentimes, if they go to a lawyer, the lawyer's going to be like, yo, you have no case. You have no case. And look, there's enough important things for me to cover that I don't need to cover pure Twitter drama. I can cover it as part of another case. But yeah, Einhander, yeah, if you want to DM me the plugin, I think I've got it. Download anything till after the stream because if I download it, it's going to fuck up my internet, right? So it's going to kill my internet by like downloading something at the same time as I'm playing the video. So we're just going to get past it. We're just going to deal with it. We're almost done. It's not too long. We'll deal with it. And then we got a summary. And I've actually got a summary that was written out by my good friend, Not K. So we'll read through that summary as well. So we'll be fine, guys. You're not going to miss any information in this because of the volume.
And withdraw its pending public records requests to the district. In addition, the labor services agreement between the district and the Reedy Creek Energy Services would be amended so that the term would expire in district and the Reedy Creek Energy Services. In addition, the labor services agreement between the district and the Reedy Creek Energy Services.
So this is now, he's talking about the agreement between the district and Reedy Creek Energy Services. This is something that only I exposed. In fact, nobody else on the internet, even the other Disney channels, really didn't pick up on this. In fact, most of them kind of were like, huh? I don't understand. But this is something that nobody understood. So Reedy Creek Energy Services is not a public entity. It's a subsidiary of Disney. It sounds public. And in fact, they actually confuse the employees by pretending that they're public, but they're not. They're private employees. And I said that this agreement was 100% sus. It's super suspect. So this agreement was really going to be subject to termination. And this is millions of dollars for Disney. This would nuke their bottom line. Also, this agreement involved assets they were holding in terms of water processing plants, electric, gas, that we've discovered are giant shams. They have power plants they spent millions of dollars on that produce zero power. Imagine that. You spent millions of dollars of taxpayer money, not just Disney money, taxpayers, other taxpayers paid for this. The state of Florida even discounted this because they don't pay taxes on it. That's subsidized by the government because the government is giving them an exemption, which normally they would pay taxes, but they're not paying taxes on this. So you as a state of Florida are paying for this. So this plant they built doesn't even produce power. Giantly suspect. Hugely questionable, massive corruption. And I called this out and nobody else really was talking about it. But what they're saying here is this agreement has now been called into question. At the last minute, they extended this agreement. Now they're questioning it. Now they're saying, nope. This agreement is going to expire earlier as it was supposed to. And when it expires, you don't be surprised if these guys absolutely end up renegotiating, end up entering into agreement with Duke Energy directly and getting rid of Disney, which will cut millions out of their bottom line in Walt Disney World. This is a massive Disney L, and nobody's talking about it really. But I will say real quick, thank you to Medmut for 20 Legal Mindset memberships. Appreciate it. And then Medmut saying, Andrew dropping in to say, what's up? And keep up the good work. Thank you so much for coming in to support me on this, Medmut. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate seeing all the Diz heads back in the chat. It's been a while. It's been a minute. It's been a hot minute. But it's good to see all y'all back, all y'all hanging out. I appreciate all y'all. Thank you so much. And shout out to Valiant Renegade. Valiant Renegade here. You took my chat. You gave them to me, Valiant. You gave them to me. But thank you, Valiant. He's been a good friend of mine. We're always in communication. I got him on my phone right here. Hit me up with the booty calls. Listen, I would have been on a stream if I didn't have limited time today. Like I said, I'm in Manila. I got like 2 or 3 hours. In fact, I've got to go in like 30, 45 minutes because I've got work to do. So I did not have a lot of time today to stream. I cannot do 4-hour streams. I cannot jump on everybody's collab. It's sad. I wish I could, but I can't. I got work to do. It's my thing. But I do appreciate it. So yeah, those jumping in from Valiant, welcome. Appreciate you. Thank you for being here. And of course, we've been right the entire time. I've been right about this since Jump Street. Marcus Quintus said, such a sad day for Mr. Legal Siegel. Maybe he can fly off to Bob Iger so he can feed him a worm, stroke his head, and make him feel better. Just saying, they can cry together, taking a totally manly, totally not questionable shower together in his 2-shower-a-day office. Also, R. John says, right again, Andrew. Thank you. Yes, indeed. Adam Wolford said, could Florida sue Disney for all that wasted money? It's possible. It is possible. If they discover that it is wasteful, they still have the ability to sue even after this is settled. There's no immunity from liability, criminal liability. There's no criminal out here. There's also no out from any sort of civil liability they might have for certain things. So this does not clear them off the hook. However, the ball is in the court of the Florida Attorney General to now prosecute them. Whether or not that happens is up in the air. And I think if they start getting political, if they start pushing this, I think they would be very well within their power to go back and to bust that dussy, if you know what I mean. That dussy. You know what I mean? You guys know what I mean? By the way, let's continue with this.
would be amended so that the term would expire in 2028
2028.
and 2032. And in addition, the automatic renewal terms in that agreement would be deleted from it.
So that agreement with Reedy Creek Energy Services, which is millions of dollars to Disney, is now stopping in 2028 with no automatic renewal, which means they will 100% put that contract out to bid in 2028. So what you want to look for, this is how this ties together. This is how the law and business ties together. Pay attention, people out there, legal legal autists who think it's just the law, or business people who think, oh, well, the law and business is different. No. This is how law, business, and finance come together. Now in 2028, they have to seriously look at Disney's books and say that millions of dollars of revenue are now going to come off of Disney's books in 2028. They've also got to make material disclosures. I think this is an SEC disclosure. I mean, you know, and I see the other folks in the chat. I think this is an SEC disclosure they have to make about these things coming up in the future and being risked to their bottom line, because now they have a massive agreement of millions of dollars coming off the books in 2028. And that's going to be a huge problem for that. Valiant for $4.99 says Andrew was wrong about everything. Legal said so. Hold on, Valiant, I got one for you.
But go fuck yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is. Hey, Bob.
Hey, Valiant. Oh, it's great. Thank you, brother. Automatic says, I don't know why I'm watching a lawyer analyzing stuff, but I've been doing it for over a month and I love it. Keep in line. And yeah, no problem. And I like to educate you and you guys who maybe are new to the Disney issue. Maybe you're new to that and hopefully you're learning something. This was an issue of Florida property law and an issue where I, as an attorney who represented special districts in Florida for almost 8 years or so, 6-8 years, something like that. I forget, time flies when you're having fun. But I was the one who was most specialized in this in Florida. Nobody knew the law in this area better than me. I was the one doing the work day to day with these clients, with these special districts like Celebration, Reunion, Mystic Dunes, all of the ones that are surrounding that, Bonnet Creek. I represented all of these special districts. So I knew about this. And, when I heard people talking about it, particularly people like Legal Schmiegel, who is a attorney who knows nothing about 99.9% of the stuff he talks about on YouTube, I couldn't stand for it. It's just something I can't take. I'm sorry. He mad because I told his chat you were on. It's okay. It's all right. Fallen Heroes for $5 super sticker. Thank you. Scorpion says the feds have a case. Could be worse under Trump. Yes, that's true. It could be. And the feds could bring an SEC case at the federal level. I would imagine this is not a political statement. It's just a factual statement. It's more likely to happen under Trump than Biden. Right. Some guy with cancer said, I was told by the mainstream media that Disney had a slam dunk case. I know. It's weird. It's weird how all the legal analysts on mainstream media, even the conservacucks at Fox, right? Those guys were saying that, oh, this is Disney slam dunk. This is all Disney. It just shows you how, conservative, liberal, whatever, people can just be wrong, right? Because they don't know the law. And all the lawyers commenting on this were from New York, California, Georgia, other states. None of them were Florida lawyers. None of them had experience in this area. I didn't see a single attorney ever comment on this. In fact, they wouldn't even comment on it privately. I tried to talk to them about it, and they wouldn't talk about it. Alan West is winner, LM. Enjoy the chicken dinner. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Let's continue with this video here today. So we'll play this.
Also pursuant to the settlement proposal from Disney, the district would agree that Disney owns and that the district would not impede the use of certain long-term mitigation credits that are created by 8 permits. Those 8 permits are issued by 3 different agencies, the South Florida Water Management District, the Army Corps of Engineers, and the Florida Game and Freshwater Commission. The district staff.
Okay, so let me explain this. This is very complicated, and people who aren't development nerds probably won't understand this. So let me explain this in English because this is very, very important, but it's something that's slipping under the radar. So I said, the most important thing that what Disney really wants is to get the development credits. What these are, and let me explain it very easily, very simply. In Florida, if you want to build shit, you have to get permits. And when you are doing anything involving wetlands, water, relocating trees, animals, gopher tortoises. If you guys don't know gopher tortoises, look up gopher tortoise, right? Right. You want to relocate a gopher tortoise, you're going to need to get a permit for that. And when you're building stuff as big as Disney is, you need a lot of what's called development credits. To do that, you have to do stuff like take care of mitigation land. You have to, so when you're building something in Florida, let's say you build 1 acre, you oftentimes have to offset that by conserving 1 acre, by keeping certain land barren, untouched, undeveloped. And because you do that, you maintain that land as undeveloped, pristine wetlands, right? You are given development credits. Those are permits to build. So it's sort of like you protect an area, you get to build in an area. That's it, offsets one for another. But the problem is that these credits are given, and the maintenance of the land is given to the district, to the government. But the person that wants to develop is the private corporation. So there is a genuine argument over who owns the development credits. This is an actual legitimate argument. And I said from day one, if Disney had wanted to actually do a legitimate legal argument, which I would have made for them, but now the case is settled, so I can say this, right? This is something I said, and I hinted at it. People who are paying attention may have heard me say this before, but I said, if I was representing Disney, I would not make any of the shitty arguments they made. I wouldn't make a First Amendment argument. I wouldn't make all these public records arguments. I would make a development credit argument, and they might actually win on that, because they paid for a lot of these costs up front. They paid for them with their funds, and then they donated them to the district. So there's an argument that they gave them for the purpose of development, right? And therefore they need to be granted the permission, the credits, right, to develop. Now, that doesn't mean they've got all the permissions they need from Reedy Creek, i.e. the CFTOD. So they still can't just build whatever they want. But these credits, these development credits, are essential. They are required to build shit in Florida. They are required to build things in Florida. So they need these permits to buy stuff. It's like buying, it's like Steam credit, you know, they need that Steam credit to get the game, right? You know, and they might have to pay on top of that, right, to get the game, but they need those credits. It's a prerequisite. So this is something they should have argued from the beginning. They ended up settling, and what they ended up doing is they settled to be able to get these development credits, which they're being given as part of the settlement. So as part of the settlement, they're being allowed to use these credits, right? Which saves the district from a lawsuit, which they may or may not win. This is actually the district's weakest point, which I admitted from the beginning. I never said the CFTOD had a flawless argument and there were no arguments for Disney. There was. The problem was, here's the problem, guys. The Disney lawyers were actually all idiots. They were 39 IQ. They were from New York. They were from California. They were from DC. None of them understood Florida law. And I hope that Disney is paying attention. And I hope that the Disney investors and shareholders are paying attention to this. Disney, you wasted hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not even millions, in legal fees, which you are going to pay yourself. You wasted your shareholders' money on lawyers who didn't know what they were doing, who didn't know what they were talking about, and they lost this case. You could have paid a fraction of a cost. Not hiring me, right? Forget about me. I'm conflicted out. I have conflicts with Disney because I represented other entities that might be opposed to them, maybe Universal Studios, Bonnet Creek. I have conflicts. I couldn't represent them. But other attorneys, which are my peers, which did not have these conflicts, they could have represented them for a fraction of the cost, a fraction of the cost. Instead, they decided to pick a bunch of no-name, weirdo attorneys and go with this ridiculous strategy that got them the L. This is on you. This is on the Walt Disney Corporation. This is on your shitty lawyers. This is on your shitty in-house lawyers. You guys are absolute trash, and your legal support is garbage, right? You should consider working with Niji Sanji because you guys both have $7.40 an hour attorneys. You're just overpaying them. You're just overpaying. You're overpaying them by thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars. These attorneys you picked were idiots. They really screwed this up for you. Just saying. Let's face it. If the MSN says it, the opposite is true. Usually, Tons of Redditors also claim that this. Oh, well, if Reddit, Kieran, if Reddit said it, then it must be true. Must be true, right? Professional Gentleman says everyone knows the chicken flavor packet is yellow. Yes, thank you so much for that yellow super. Professional Gentleman. And also thank you for being a professional gentleman and one of my mods. Thank you. Thank you. And you will always be welcome as a mod. King Conda says, Orlando traffic might become actually bearable. What blasphemy is this? I know. All that Disney traffic might be diverted off of I-4. Crazy talk. MedMud says, why get a permit to relocate gopher tortoises when you can plant solar panels in their habitat to unalive them and get brownie points with eco-terrorists? Yeah, exactly. By the way, solar panels, which don't actually produce any energy for Disney and actually produce it all for Duke Energy, which is hilarious. A Disney lawyer come from Kurosanji lawyer. I told you guys, this is why covering the Japanese black corporations is so easy for me, because they have so many similarities with Disney. When I cover these corporate issues, it's like the same thing, but one of them no speak of the English so good. We have some questions about the English, But other than that, these companies, whether they're in Japan, whether they're in Tokyo, in Minato, or whether they're in, California or Lake Buena Vista, they are all shitty corporations operating below what the standard should be. And I'm here to hold them to a higher standard, right? A different realm, different area, but same bullshit, right? INB4, Pixies claim this is a Disney win. Actually, yeah, no, sorry. They're not going to claim this one as a W. This cannot be a W. Let's continue here with this. Just the W's rolling in, guys.
And outside consultants have confirmed that although the district is named along with Disney on some of those permits, Disney paid for and owns the credits that are created by those permits. As you also are aware, there's a third piece of litigation. It's the federal court litigation that Disney filed against
the appeal
district, the governor, and the Secretary of Economic Opportunity. The district, that case, we prevailed at the trial court. That case is on appeal now to the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals. And so regarding that federal court litigation, Disney would seek, and the district would not oppose, permission from the 11th Circuit to defer briefing on the appeal.
Boom.
Pending negotiation of a new development agreement.
So there we go. They're going to get rid of the federal litigation, or rather defer it pending an agreement, which they're going to have to enter. So essentially the federal case is dead. This is essentially the federal case is dead, is what this means. The federal case is 100% dead. Lavrex says, how much to get timed out? I'll time you out for free, Lavrex. Hold on. We'll time you out for free. Hold on. Can we do this here real quick? Hold on. Where's the... Oh man, it's like really lagging here behind the scenes. Too many base chads here in the chat. One of my mods, time Lavrax out real quick for me. Time out for like a minute. No. Just do it for free. Give him a free timeout. He asked for it, so just let it happen. Baddest says, could you give me a TLDR on what Disney was trying to do? I'm just a little late to the stream. Baddest, I've been catching you up throughout, so kind of just pay attention, but we'll do a comprehensive catch up. But so far we've gone through very quickly the fact that they entered into illegal agreements, the fact that the agreements they entered into at the 11th hour were illegal, the fact their comprehensive plan talking about their future development was also illegal, the fact they're going to dismiss the state case, the fact the federal case will effectively be deferred pending a new settlement agreement, so that will eventually end up being dismissed. The development credits are going to go to Disney. That's kind of their take, which is exactly what I said. Exactly the thing that Disney wanted to fight over was those mitigation credits. So that is a big one. And yeah, they're going to have to bend the knee to the district, especially regarding future contracts like the Reedy Creek Energy Services contract, which is now up in 2028. And there are going to be no automatic extensions. Those are gone. Those are done. So Disney may lose millions in future revenue. There you go. You're caught up. A Generic Wolf said, would you hire Legal Eagle for $7.40 an hour? He probably doesn't speak 4 languages, so you want a discount. I would hire Legal Eagle to clean my bathroom with his tongue, right? Other than that, Legal Eagle is not worth the dime he spent on his suit. So let's continue here.
In addition, the district and Disney each agreed not to contest the actions of the district prior to February 27, 2023, when the district's governance was reformed. There are two important exceptions to that. Obviously, anything that is specifically provided for by the settlement agreement as null and void would remain null and void. That would include the development agreement, the restrictive covenant, and the 2032 comp plan. And the other important exception is that if that federal court case ever starts up again, anything that would be necessary for the district to defend itself in that lawsuit would also not be subject to that agreement not to contest any prior actions.
So this means right now that if they were to try to sue again federally, so if they were trying to open up the federal case again, they can do whatever they want. So Disney does not want to go back on this because they'll have all options on the table, full options on the table, if they try to sue again in federal court.
And finally, as is typical of most settlement agreements, under this, the parties would exchange mutual releases. And that is the sum and substance of the agreement that we've received from Disney. That's it. We got mutual releases. So that's sort of mutual releases from liability. Each side is going to pay its own attorney's costs. So essentially, they're going to be paying for their own attorney's costs. I want to give a little shout out to my good friend here on the Twatters. That is Not K. He's an awesome guy. He's learned a lot from me about this, and I just want to say he's really great. A great Florida man who's been summarized this. He had a great summary here on this thread. If you want to follow it. The only thing he got wrong was this last one where he said, I believe Disney is to compensate the district. It's actually they each pay for their own attorneys. So other than that, this is a pretty accurate summary. So this is over NotK_US on Twitter. So I want to give a little shout out to there where people are deserved, especially when they do hard work. It's really amazing. So there we go, guys. There we go, boys. We got them. We absolutely got them. This is the huge W that I called, that I was waiting for. And it's absolutely French kiss perfect, because what we have now is a situation in which Disney is going to have to play nice with the state of Florida. Disney is going to have to play nice with the district. And they're no longer going to be able to say things that are outright lies, outright defamation. There's going to be big copium from the pixie dusters. That is the Disney supporters, the ardent Disney supporters. There's going to be a lot of copium. There's going to be a lot of attempting to frame us as a win. But we got them, boys. It's an entire W. But frankly, Disney will keep losing because they keep doing things that are not in the benefit of their company, like producing trash content, which is why people are turning to things like anime and mayhaps a little bit of the VTubing, if you will. I'm just saying, maybe a little bit of the VTubing.
Hello, beso de pato, man.
But I imagine that like Bob Iger right now, in regards to his like legal team, is thinking the same thing as Sakana from the Fishman. From Face Connect. I love this clip. For those that may have not seen it, but imagine the Fishman here is Bob Iger, and the waifus, the VTubers are Disney's legal team. Let's play that.
Yeah, I'm in favor of execution. Maybe our entire team needs to be executed after tonight.
Yeah, that one is also perfect. If you just subbed out Bob Iger's face in like the Disney legal department, they are absolutely gonna get wiped because they just got owned. They got completely owned, and they knew nothing about what they were talking about. Their entire legal strategy just died, just completely got nuked, and they have opened themselves up to a world of liability, which is never been seen before with Disney, a world of accountability. This is something massive. This is something they're going to have to disclose to the SEC. This is something they're going to have to talk about in future meetings. So they're going to get questions about this in their future earnings calls. They're going to get questions at their board meeting. Imagine this too. How are they going to frame this before this call on April 3rd? Remember, they've got a board meeting on April 3rd. Are they going to try to spin this as settling things down? Oh, maybe that's the thought. Maybe they think they can win with Nelson Peltz because they say, oh, look, we saved face here. Is this timing a coincidence, or is it intentional? I imagine it's very much intentional. I imagine they definitely did this because they knew they could get in big trouble. They knew a cloud is hanging over their head because that's coming up April 3rd. April 3rd, there's the board meeting / the shareholders meeting where they're going to have the proxy battle, where they're going to have the proxy war. I imagine that was not a mistake. I imagine that was entirely intentional. Guys, this is a big reason with corporations and why they do things when they've got these earnings calls and reports. We saw this with in the VTuber land with Niji Sanji. Niji Sanji had to put out that third quarter report, and they had to do an entire Q&A answer. They had to do a Q&A section on Dokibird, on Selentatsky. Just like here with Disney, they're going to have to talk about this lawsuit. They're going to have to talk about the settlement. Right? This is something that they cannot avoid talking about. This is going to come up, and how they talk about this will be very interesting. How they spin this is going to be very, 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 very interesting. So that's something I will be watching, I will be maintaining, and I will be staying on top of. Once again, with Disney, I think this is pretty much closing out the chapter for all intents and purposes on the major issues, particularly the major issues I'm covering, but I will stay tuned to major stuff like the Gina Carano lawsuit, major updates there, other major lawsuits that may come against Disney. I'll stay on top of those. But in terms of this chapter, I think we've actually case closed on the major part of this, which feels good. It feels like this is like a perfect wrap up. And it's like just at the time when I've been busy covering other issues, the Disney stuff kind of wraps. It's kind of beautiful. It's kind of spot on to see these issues kind of tail end and kind of wrap up. One issue closes, other issues open. It's very interesting how the world works like that. But we'll stay maintained on all of those. Knight742 for 500 yen. Arigato gozaimasu. Says, Ayo, how much does this Igor trying to fend off Peltz? I think he's desperate. I think this shows desperation for sure. Absolutely. And I think he's scared. I think he's scared of what Nelson Peltz can do because the narrative here is bad. Boog says, I've been bothering you on Twitter with JP woke infiltration. The latest was ReZero designs changing. Hope you can cover next week Wednesday. Yeah, I'll talk about that. I've also got a lot of things. Everybody wants me to cover the gamer stuff, the Gamergate 2 stuff, and I am going to cover that. I want to try to have, when I'm back in Bangkok, I want to try to have Mark on because he's been really covering a lot of this. There's a lot of other folks I want to try to get on and talk about. So don't worry, I'm going to cover other stuff too. Obviously, I know from the VTuber sphere, I know Rev has been covering the GG2 stuff. So it'd be really awesome if like Rev and I could do a collaboration on this. That'd be really, really cool. I know his coverage is really good on this. And once again, I try to get along with everybody who's putting out good information. So I'm just really glad that in the sphere for Disney and in the sphere for VTubers, there's so many good content creators putting out good information. In the Disney sphere, you've got Valiant Renegade, you've got Pro, you've got other folks that are putting out really good information and been doing it for a while. YouTubers like Mexican Iron Man, who's totally a YouTuber. These people have been putting out good information for a long time. So I just want to say shout out to them and shout out to the VTuber space, people putting out good information, Kyo, False, folks that are out there putting out good information on the regular. And just doing a great job. Rev, Nux, a lot of these guys. And look, even the ones that necessarily may not agree with each other, they each put out good content and good reviews on issues. And that's what I'm here for. I'm here to give you an objective issue-based analysis of everything legal that comes within my sphere of interest. Willery with 100 Thai bots. Appreciate that very much. Kopkunkav says, by the way, did you see a Reddit post about Mito, Niji Pioneer VTuber, not having a play button to show from 3 months ago while Hollow Girls did? That is crazy. But guess what? Niji keeps all their play buttons. So that's the issue. Niji keeps all of them. Disney already sowed its problem with past actions. Those can and will come out regardless of the agreement. Yes, Mephistic Miasma. I think there will be things that leak out, and I think in the future there will be issues that come out. And I am not writing off the criminal charges. I'm just saying that they are now, there now would be icing on the cake. They would be extra. So we'll see whether those come down, and that may be how well does Disney play nice with DeSantis, how well does Disney play nice with Florida. I think if Disney wants to play hardball, it can come down hard. Bob, it's Holy Week. Time to do penance. Bob, whether it's Holy Week or not, is on his knees, probably with Legal. Just saying. Really bad idea. Corporate Disney VTubers. Oh my God. That would be the worst ever. Can you imagine Disney VTubing content? No. Bert says none of this settlement matters. Your boy from the Disney Defenders is going to bring our CID back. Yes. Our boy from Disney Defenders, this guy who is deranged, who thinks that despite the fact that his motion to restore the RCID was destroyed in the legislature, despite the fact they've now lost all the cases, despite the fact that he's got no public support, he's going to somehow bring back Reedy Creek. Yeah, that's not happening. Boog says, by the way, Katakawa was involved in all the jiggle from Ram and Amelia from the Nikkei collab. So the Wokies, ESG slurpers, took that away from us too. Oh, that's sad. Very, very sad. I don't like taking away content. Look, listen, just let us have the content. Just let us make the content. And that's why I love the VTubing space, because they're creating content. Disney is destroying content, right? So in America, we're destroying. In other realms and internationally, there's people that are creating. I like creating, and I want to support creators, people who are genuinely having people that are enjoying, engaging, having fun, instead of just tearing things down and destroying our childhoods. It's fucked up. Medmut says, sing as from Willy Wonka, come with me and you'll see a world of Disney accountability. Take a look in Bob's shower as no one wants to see. Hope you guys enjoy my karaoke. We got to do a karaoke night, a members only karaoke night. That'll be good. No suit, just karaoke. I get DMCA'd over that. That'll be hilarious. I'm just gonna say, I hate both you and Cody for introducing me to VTubers. It's all right, Squid. You're allowed to hate me, bro. It's all right. Disney might be using virtual avatars for the digital park they're gonna make with Epic Games. Oh no. I mean, I get it. There's skins in games. That's one thing. But like Disney VTubers, no. Sorry, no. What's the over-under on Disney unironically using the word negligible? If they did, I'm going to ride that into the sunset. Negligible. If they use negligible, oh boy. Spencer Howard says the layers of irony and stupidity here. Disney does not and has never cared for LGBT people. Their cynical behavior created this news. No, they've only done the corporate thing, right? On the face, they think they care about people, but they're actually detrimental. And actually what they're doing is detrimental to true diversity. True diversity is allowing people of all types and all beliefs, including people who may believe things that are opposed, right? So I believe that people can exist and have free speech and talk and be at a workplace, even if they don't agree with me politically, religiously, whatever, morally. Even if they think I'm a horrible human being morally, they still have the right to work with me as long as they're professional in the workplace. I don't give a fuck. What I care about is doing business and getting business done, right? I don't care whether I have to bend the knee to their agenda or whatever else, just like I don't require them to bend the knee to my agenda, right? I don't require that somebody so like, for example, I don't require that somebody say there are two genders, right? That's not something that I would ever require somebody to say, regardless of whether they believe that or not believe it. Just you believe whatever you want to believe. That's fine. You want to believe that there's 100 million genders and you're an Apache helicopter. That's fine. I don't care. I don't give a shit. Like whatever. Just don't bother me and don't require me to do it as part of my job. Don't require me to bend the knee to something I may not necessarily agree with, right? That's all. Just leave me alone. How is that so difficult? I don't think that's hard. I don't think that's controversial at all. Just let's all leave each other alone and let's all just do business and make money and be happy. What's wrong with that? Right? Let's just have fun. Right? Relevant mean in reply to your stream tweet. Okay, I'll look for that. Hold on. It's going to take me a second. By the way, I'm in the Philippines here. I do hope to meet up with Project Egg Roll. Those guys, I know some of them are out here in the Phils, so I do hope to meet up with those guys. Very, very based and JRPG pilled, so that is great. Oh, thank you so much, Professional Gentleman, with this one. This is a really good meme you got here in the replies. So Professional Gentleman coming into my replies with, the hills are alive with the sound of butter. Definitely throwing one on that. And you know what? I'll even repost that. Look at that. Your boy just reposted that with no shame. Thank you so much for that. Mark from the 117B says another L for the Rat's House and the Mountain of L's. 100%. Black Sheep Boy said, members only Disney karaoke, swap the lyrics. That'd be great. Just improv swapping the lyrics to all the Disney songs. Get me drunk enough and perhaps, you know what I want to do? I want to go to like a small, I want to see if I can find a place like in Osaka or something like that. Go to like a small like girls bar and just like with perhaps like cat girl waifus or something like that, and just close it down, lock it in, and just do crazy singing karaoke. And they have all the Disney songs. It'll be great. It'll have to be members only, but it'd be nice. Marksman the 117B says, I want to try Disney. I want Disney to try VTubing for the sole fact I want them to get utterly mauled by the VTubing community. It would be glorious in the memes. The memes would be amazing. It would be amazing if they tried it. Just fantastic. Yeah, no touching the ears. I know. This time I won't touch the ears. This time. I've learned my lesson about the ears, guys. Don't touch the ears. Disney getting into VTubing would be absolutely
disgusting.
Yeah. So that said, ladies and gentlemen, I've got one more thing for you. And that is over here. There's apparently even more lawsuits coming for Disney. There's another lawsuit coming from America First Legal, which is now bringing claims for mismanagement, breach of fiduciary duty, and waste in regards to Bob Iger as his position as CEO. On the shareholders, they're bringing a claim against him for intentional violations of federal civil rights law, breach of fiduciary duty, and wasting company assets. So this is absolutely great. It's regarding to their DEI, their workplace mandates that were apparently discriminatory. So they are bringing more charges against Robert Iger, against Bob Iger. So there's going to be more legal trouble for Disney. Disney is not out of the hot water, even though this case has come to a close. So don't write this off. Don't write this off, but it is indeed something that is they're still going to have some legal issues. Also over here on locals, we've got one here. This is a meme from Uncover Lamp. It says Babylon B nails it as usual for a $3 tip. DeSantis kicked out of Republican Party for accomplishing too many things. Yeah, absolutely. Because here there's a huge W for DeSantis, whether you like him or not. Right, this is not an L for DeSantis, it's a W for DeSantis against Disney. But more than that, forget about DeSantis. It's a W for Florida. This is a win for the people of the state. This is a win for the law. This is a win for objectivity. This isn't a political thing. It's a win for the right side, the side that was right under the law, period. Right, period. And from the beginning, from the jump, I'm not a DeSantis fanboy, right? I'm not. I really am not. But the position that was held by Florida, by the CFTUD, and by DeSantis happened to be the right side. Captain Lancer, welcome as a member. Appreciate you joining the BLM, the most base membership here on YouTube. Thank you. Bob Iger, quick, Kronk, pull the lever. No, not that lever. Take a shot every time Bob says something dumb. You would be drunk. And you guys would be a bunch of
Degenerates. You guys degenerates.
I know that's true. Generic says you could do karaoke with drunk horse girls. You mean Rima? That'd be fun. Okay, guys, I've got to run to work. I've got work to do, real lawyer shit. Actually, what I'm doing here is more consultant shit, but it does deal with law, it does deal with immigration. If anybody's ever, once again, if anybody's ever trying to come to Asia, whether you want to relocate, whether you're just thinking about it, whether you want to visit, definitely hit me up. You can send me an email, andrewesquirelive@gmail.com, or goeastgentleman@gmail.com about going over to Asia. That's what I'm doing today. It's what I'm doing for 2 weeks here in Manila, Philippines. I will be back in Bangkok on April 1st. Bangkok time. So I'll probably be streaming either in the evening on April 1st, Bangkok time, or in the morning on April 2nd, which will be in the evening, April 1st, and there when I get back. But I'll probably have one more before I get back from the Philippines, maybe one more Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, sometime like that. But thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for being here. And thank you guys for supporting me on all the topics I cover, whether it's Disney, whether it's VTubing. I appreciate you. I see you. I recognize you. And I'm just so glad that I could be here with you guys and I could bring you this good information. Please spread the word. Please spread the right information. And please let people know that we have an absolute W here today. Until next time, guys, stay based, and I will catch you all later.
Wow.